What up? This message is for the American man in 2025. It's really an interesting time to be a man up there in the United States. I left there a number of years ago and I've lived in Peru for the last 4 years, boosting my testosterone, getting my health back. Found a good woman to be with, a very feminine woman who, has helped me to grow strong. And I'm not really here to talk about myself, but more about what I see and some of the issues that I see with America and just kind of where things have gone, and that men have really lost touch with what it even feels like to be a man. And maybe you get angry, or maybe we think it's okay now to be super emotional and be kind of like women. And now women, what I've seen, have kind of really taken the role in so many ways and are leading. Is that a bad thing? Is this that's up for debate? I would ask the women like really like an honest, if they had a real honest one-on-one discussion about that, whether they feel like they like being in control and in power and stuff like that. I don't think so. I think that I just don't think that's the natural way of things. At least right now in this time period where we're in, and maybe if you look at history, it's been that way. If you believe in the afterlife or reincarnation, maybe the next time you can be one. So that's why I don't think like just live your life right now and the one that you're in right now. But my heart kind of goes out though, because I've noticed that a lot of men are just really struggling with that and that identity, and they think that it's not allowed to be disagreeable. You're not allowed to kind of go against what maybe a woman is saying or doing, and you saying things in public or whatever, or around groups of people and friends who you don't want to say the wrong thing because you don't want to be that guy that isolates, that's isolated out. But the thing is though, you're never gonna really feel like a man though if you're never disagreeing, if you're always just kind of going with the flow and everybody likes you and you're trying to be liked and you don't want to step on anybody's toes. I was kind of like that a lot before I moved to Peru, and in some ways it depends, right? I felt like I was always attracting people who I just kind of I felt like I needed to be something to be their friend, and I had to be fit this certain role, or I grew up like helping people a lot, helping people in my family and stuff like too much, I was kind of I need to do actions in order to get friendship or love and respect and stuff like that, and that really weakened me in so many ways, and so I had to rediscover that and find that in Peru, and every day it's like a survival here. It's like a survival mechanism going on here. So, you have to learn how to become strong, or you're just going to lose a lot in life. You're going to get trampled on. And that's a good thing for me. Forever? No. But, like, is that the answer? I'm not saying that's the answer either. But I'm just saying, in general, men I've seen in America have really, a lot of them, not everybody, but like a lot have just gone this kind of weak path. And, that's something I feel like right now in these next years there's an opportunity to really step into that. I feel like now men can sort of be empowered again, and let's see how that goes. Let's not screw it up. If there is going to be more political change and more opportunity to get in the political power, and in California and these places that are suffering because of a lot of these policies and stuff, it's really up to us men to now take the lead and don't just weaken out, don't chicken out, and just think that somebody else is going to do it, and hey, I want to be liked. That's something huge that I learned. I don't care about being liked anymore so much. Of course it's nice, of course you want people to like you and stuff, but there's kind of a difference between being liked by people who just don't even deserve your attention, or just being the lion. You think like the lion wants to be liked by the hyenas and wants to even be liked by his like the women and stuff, like in some ways, you know what I mean? Because it's like you trying to please everybody and you trying to fit into this thing that you're not, trying to be this thing, you're going to suffer. And guess what? Everybody else around you eventually is going to suffer because of that, because you are not stepping up into the person that you need to be, and that takes, I don't know how to explain it. It just, it's not an easy path, but it's like, once you start going down that path, then it becomes easier. It becomes more doable. And you're like, you know, you might be looking up like, this looks like a crazy mountain. I'm supposed to go because I feel so weak. You know, I feel so pathetic, or you know, like I just feel like, you know, everybody's just pushing me around or whatever. If that's you, that might not be you. You know, you might be doing okay. You just need a little extra boost. But a lot of men, I feel like, do feel that way, and they're not living up to the true potential. So they then following into the whole societal ideology of, you know, hey, it's okay to just cry on my wife's shoulder, cry, you know, and just like be this super ultra sensitive, ultra emotional, fluid, flowing, whatever. Like that stuff is super dangerous, I think. For I mean, because look, these guys in Russia, that is such a dominant masculine society. And I'm not saying that's the answer either. I want women to be able to feel do what they want to do in life as well. You know, like if they want to be business women, I'm like, great. You know, I think that's awesome. But I'm just saying, in general, like, you know, like Russia, those guys are strong and stuff, businessmen and political. And it's like, dude, if we ever went to war, you know, like that's something to consider. You know, and it's like we get in America, there's the luxury of kind of being kind of soft and stuff like that. But it's like that's kind of dangerous, is all I'm saying. And I'm saying just to American men, this message is to American men specifically, younger men, 20s, 30s, you know, just to start to remember that about yourself. Remember that you have this power that is waiting to be awakened. And if that means you got to quit your job, save up some money, and do what I did and fly down to South America and to the jungle and put yourself into completely uncomfortable, difficult situations to make you grow, then that's what you got to do. You know, that's why I think, yeah, a lot of men who, you know, not comparing that to war or anything, but like in some of those men who come in, they are strong and they are tough. And it's like, you know, there's something to be said about that, something amazing to be said about that. But, you know, for me, it was a lot different. I kind of had to just get out of that comfortability, and I was just keeping me stuck and keeping me like in a prison, really. So yeah, that's all. I haven't made a video in a while. I'm going in a different direction with the channel, that I want it to be more natural and more pure and just more like, you know, helping people who just feel like outcasts in society. They don't feel like they fit into anything, and they are now trying to find their way back home, which is in their heart, you know, and connecting that masculinity, that true masculinity, into integrating in your life, and not just forfeiting and giving in to what everybody else is saying, and having enough balls to disagree and say, no, that's wrong. You know, I don't care if I'm not going to get the likes that everybody wants by saying this. That's something that, you know, I've had to learn and am learning more. And you can go super far in the other direction, go very rigid, and then you start to empower yourself with that. And you can find a balance with that. You don't have to start disagreeing with everybody out of everything all the time, and you're a pain in the butt. But what I'm saying is, you know, I feel like a lot of men, we need to really, especially in America, it's time to stand up. Yours is your opportunity now. Now that things are changing, now it's kind of okay to be a man again and do that. Dude, don't let that go. Don't let the BS, with the last freaking how many years, really, it's been 15 years almost of just this. So a lot of us grew up in this. So that's what I'm saying. Take your power back, become strong again, become the man that, you know, you feel like you do need to become. In this world, and step into that. And if you want to know more about that, keep following this channel and comment, and we can get together more in a group, start a group setting, and start talking about these things on how we can implement this. So if you're interested in that, comment down below, and we'll get a group going. I did have a group, but I had to take it off for a little bit because I just am revamping everything. So all right, you guys, take care. Peace. Have a good one.